Hi guys, welcome back. I hope you are ready to make your first website. So now let's continue. Today's goals: we'll be creating a website using Google Sites, and then we'll add content to our website. We'll also publish and share our creation. But then the fun part is this: you don't require any coding for this. So what are we making today? Today we'll create and publish our very first website, our own website, and we'll call it My First Website. But then, do you remember what a website is? You can think. All right. So a website is a collection of web pages that we see on the internet. It's a collection of pages, just like the image we have right here. I discussed this in the last class. So today we'll be recreating something like this, but not exactly like this, using Google Sites. And in case you've not heard Google Sites before, you must have heard something like Google Docs or Google Slides. These are all free tools that Google gives us. The Google Docs, which you use for formatting your documents, creating files, and Slides, which you use for your presentations. Now Google also has something called Google Sites that you can use for creating a website without adding any code at all. So now you can go straight to your browser and type sites.google.com, or you can just type Google Sites and you will see a logo like this. You click on it, and once you do, you will definitely see a page that looks exactly like this image right here. The next thing is starting a new site. Now the Google Sites, it gives you the opportunity to use templates. It has free templates that you can just open and edit some things, but we are not doing that. We'll build from scratch. So for you to do that, you have to click on this right here. You can see where my arrow is pointing and it says blank site. So it is a plus icon. You have to click on it for you to open a fresh page. But don't worry, we'll still do that. When you clicked on that blank site, it opened a page that looks exactly like this. Now this is the Google Sites interface. I'll be showing you the function of the different parts which we have. The first part is the editing area. The second is toolbar. The third is insert panel. And then the fourth is the theme panel. So let me show you. In the editing panel, in the editing area, it says the center of your screen. It is the center of this screen. Now look at where my arrow is pointing. This entire page right here, if you can see my cursor, this is the editing area where everything you type in, everything you do reflects. And then you don't need to worry because we'll still do this. I'll still go to the main Google site and show you how it's done. The next thing is the main toolbar, which is the top of your screen. Now you can see where the arrow is pointing. It contains important buttons like the undo, this, you have the redo, you have your preview, which is this icon right here. Now you also have where you can publish. That means where you can host it. Yes, this is the main toolbar, and like I said, you find the insert button. you find the redo button, which is right here. You can see my cursor. You also have the preview icon is right here, and then you also have a publish button where you will now host your site so that everybody can see it online. So now we have the insert panel, and this is located on the right side of your screen. I'm sure that in the last class I taught you what a sidebar is. So now this is a sidebar, and it has this insert panel there. It contains a whole lot of cool stuff. It contains where you can add text, dividers, buttons, videos, images. We also have the pages panel where you add more pages to your website. I'm sure I taught you navigation. So in this Google site, when you click on the pages, it opens, you are able to add more pages to your website. But then we'll all do that, don't worry. So let's go right in. I'll be going to my Google sites. I'll be going to the Google site, and like I said, you click on the blank site where you will start afresh from scratch. Now, this is what it looks like, and I'm sure you saw exactly this when you clicked on the blank. So first of all, this is where I showed you, these are all the bars I showed you for adding pages, the inserts, the main content, the toolbar where you see the preview and undo, where you see the redo, undo, preview, and a whole lot of icons with different functions, also where you can publish. So let's go back to our slide. Now, the first thing we have to do is to name our site. So I'll go back. Now, in your own screen, you can see something like this. It's called Untitled Site. Now, let me show you that. You go to the Untitled Site and you give it a name. The name I'll be giving this is My First Website. Enter. So now this is the name of my website. Okay, make sure you do the same thing. You can give it any name you want. Now we're going right back to our class. Now I need you to do one thing before you start building your website. You should first of all plan your website and how you want it to be. What sort of website do you want to design? Is it about yourself? Is it about your favorite pets? Is it about your family? Is it about your friends? So now this is what you have to sit back and analyze before you begin. You don't just jump into designing without having anything already arranged, already planned. So we move. The next thing we'll learn is website theme. Now when you look at your Google sites, I'm sure you are seeing something like this on your screen. Now let me go back to my website. Now this right here is the sidebar I told you about, the insert panel. There's something called theme. I told you about the themes panel, and this is what it looks like. Once you click on it, it drops down. Once you click on your theme, this pops up, and it has already designed pages, already designed for you. So if you Click on anyone, it reflects on your page. Now let's click on diplomat. Did you notice what happened? The entire page changed. You can also change the color to this. You can see what's happening to the web page as I do this. I'm changing it to this. Now let's switch to another theme called level. And now look at the layout. Look at how it looks. You can change the color. So this is what the theme does. Pre-designed by Google Sites just for you. I already showed you how you can customize colors in the themes. So this is it, just like the image says. You can just click on any of the colors. So the next thing is adding a header image. So let me show you how it's done. Now this is your header. I taught you this in our last class when I introduced websites to you. This is the header. And when you hover on it, it says something. It says add a logo. Now click on that logo. Click on that button and it pops up something for you where you can add a logo. Click on upload and select any image of your choice. As for me, I am using my cute bunny. Now, this is it. It's now over there. You can always edit and change it to something else or delete it. But I like my image the way it is. I hope you are following, my friends. Now, the next thing we have to check out is title. I'll be teaching you how to add a title to your website. Now, let's go back. So this is it right here. It tells you your page title, so you can just get rid of it and add yours. Mine is Benny the Bunny. You can make it whatever you want. So we'll go right back to our class again. So we'll see the next thing we have, and that is formatting text. Let me show you what I mean. Just like how I have my Benny the Bunny here, I don't think it's looking good. It's looking too big. It's all over the screen. I want it to look a certain type of way, and I'll achieve that by formatting my text. So how do you get that done? You highlight the text, the entire text. This is what I mean by highlight. You tap, you hold, you pull. I've already highlighted this. Now I want to change the font to anything I want. There are so many font styles here for you. You have the Lato, you have the Lexend, you have the Georgia, you have the Impact. So I'll be going with the Comforter, and I'll make it bold. I also want to reduce the font because it's looking too big. I'll reduce it to 48, and then I'll stretch it out because I don't want it to look the way it was looking. You can also change the color by clicking. Okay, now that it's out, let me show you how I'll bring it out again. You highlight it and you add a color to it. So for this one, I'll be adding the color orange. Let's see how it looks. I don't like it. I'll switch to another color. Let me go with blue. I'll just leave it this way. So now the next thing we have to do is add more text. If you want to add more text to your page, you go to the insert, and then you can see my arrow, you click on the text box. So now let me show you how it's done. You go to insert, you click on text box. Now this pops out, and I would say just write whatever you want. I would say Benny is a funny bunny. And I want to increase the size of this particular one. I will increase the fonts. Okay. Increase it to 24. I'll make it bold. And I'll add an underline. Then I can also position it to the center. Once you click on this dot right here, it drops down where you can align, make it a bullet point or number it, anything, or add a, you can align here, you can make it a number, you can make it a bullet list, you can add line spacing, and a whole lot that you can do with this formatting option. So for me, I want to align it to the center. Now this is good. I hope you're all following. Now the next thing is to, let's go back to our slide. Next thing is to add images. Now you click on images. You can see how you can see my arrow and where it's pointing. It's still in the insert. Now you click on images, click on upload, and select any image you want. I'll be picking this one. You click on open. Now this is it. It's cute, right? I also want to add another image just to be by the side. So I'll also go back to the image, click on upload, and then select my cheerful bunny. I want it to be right here. Now this, what I did is placement. When the bunny came initially, let me redo this. Let me get rid of this one. When the bunny came initially, it was here by default. It came down by default, but I want it to be side by side with my other bunny. So what I will do is drag and drop it where I want it to be. So double tap and then move to be here, right beside this bunny. You can also decide to add another image. Now you can decide to resize it by dragging it from the dots. Now once you click on the image, it shows you several dots, and these dots help you resize. Now look at what I'm doing from the bottom. I'm making it longer. I can actually increase the width by clicking on this one, the right side. I can also increase it from this end, but I don't have to since there's another image here. So I like it this way. Good. So I hope you are all following. The next thing we'll be doing is, I already taught you image placement, how you drag and move your images. Now the next thing we'll be doing is adding buttons. So let me show you where you can locate your button in Google Sites. Back to our website. So now still on the right side of the page, which is the sidebar, you scroll down to, from the inserts, just from the right side, you scroll down to almost the bottom. Okay, now here it is. This is our button. You click on it, tap, Then write our name. I'm giving mine Benny because I like my bunny Benny. Now I would like us to add a link. I'll teach you what it does, but for now just add this link. We'll still come back to it. Okay, I'm sure you got how to create a button, because the next thing we are going to be doing is we'll be creating new pages. So now you look at my screen and you see this screenshot right here. We already clicked on insert. We already clicked on themes. The next thing is pages. Now let's go back to the site. So as you can see, still on the right side, still on the sidebar, we click on the pages and this is what pops up. You already have your home. Once you click on pages, this comes up. I did not do this myself. And now if you want to add an extra page or more pages, you have to come down to this. You see what happens when I hover on it? You come down and you click on it. This is what will pop up, and you add the name of your page. I already told you that what navigation does, it takes you around the page where you have the about, where you have the contact us, where you have the gallery. So now this page adds those things for us. Once you give it a name, it goes straight to the top. Now you see what I mean. We're going to write about. That's the page, the next page I want us to have. Since the home is already customized, it's already fixed, I don't need to write home again. So I'm writing the about, and then you click on done. Now check out what it looks like. This is the header, and it has already added this home and the about. And what else do you notice? Now take a look at this place, the title. As you are creating a page, as you're adding a name, it gives you the exact same name here as your title. And your job is to now edit it to how you want. Now my about is about Benny, and my font is too much, so I'll highlight it and format. I'll reduce it to 48. I'll make it bold. Okay, this is good. I like it this way. So you can also add an extra page. You can add as many pages as possible. The next one I'll be adding is the gallery, because I want to be adding images of Benny. Now you can still do the same thing, edit it however you want. Now I'm okay with this. Now let's go to the next one. This is page navigation, and I've already taught you that. Now the next point is adding links. Just like this image here, once you highlight a text and it pops up the text formatting bar, it has an icon here. This is the icon. It looks like an eye, but it's not. It's for adding links. Okay, you can add it to your text or your button, just like we did the last time, where I created a button and added www.youtube.com, which means when I click on that button, it's supposed to take me to YouTube. Now let's go and add it to a text. Let's go back to our website and add it to a text. Like I said, to add a new text, what do? I'll be going back to the home page. To add a new text, you go to your insert, you click on the text box, and it appears. Now you give it, you write whatever you feel like. So my pet Benny. Now if I want to add a link to this, what the link does is, once you add a link, you can either add it in such a way that it takes you to different pages inside this particular website. And what do I mean by the pages? The about, the home, the gallery, and the whatever page you added. So for me, I will highlight my text, click on the button I showed you, which is this one, because once you hover on it, you will see that it says insert link. So now I'll click on that icon. It showed me something that I can link to the about page I have, because like I told you, like you saw earlier, I created the about, I created the gallery. So now I want to link this to my about page. I'll click on it and then I will apply. Done. So now when I click on my pet Benny, look at what drops, the about. So this is what happened. When I clicked, it dropped. And if I click on the about, it takes me to my about page. This is my about page. So now we are going right back. I hope you got this part, because we are going to continue with our class. So the next thing we'll be doing is we will explore the layouts. Now look at this image over here and look at your own screen. I'm sure you are seeing something exactly like this. What this is, it means layouts. It is just a customized layout. Once I click on any of this, if I click on this or this, it brings it out exactly this way. Once you see something like this that looks like a mountain, it's the image. It means that you can add an image there. And once you see something here that looks like lines, it means you are adding a text. Now what it means that is that this first layout, you'll be adding image, text. If you select the second layout, you'll be adding 2 images and 2 texts. If you select this, you are selecting 3 images, 2 small ones, and then 1 big image. That's a layout. Now let's apply it on our website. So this is it right here. This is the image you just saw. Now I'll click on the first one, which you'll be adding an image and then a text. Let's click on it. Now it pops up. This is it right here. This is the layout. Now when you click on the plus sign, it pops out this where you can click on upload and then just upload any image you want. I'm still sticking with my bunny. Good. So it comes with a text. Now I will give it, I will write what I feel like, and that is cute bunny. And a second text, very cheerful. Good. So I like it this way. You can also decide to add 3 images by clicking on this particular layout. You see? I'll add 1 image here. Add another image here. Then add another one here. Now that's cool. Our website is coming up. Now let's go back to our class. The next thing is adding a YouTube video. Now still the same page that you saw initially where you got a button, you still scroll down and you will find a YouTube. Now let me show you in our website. We'll scroll down and we'll click on YouTube. Here it is. Click on it. It pops this up and you just have to search for what you want. And I'll be searching for my bunny. Okay, these are videos of a bunny. I'll just go through it and look for the one I want. I'll be going with the first one. So just click on it, one tap, you'll see a pop-up that says insert and you click. That's good. This is our image, our video right here, our YouTube video. You can always resize. This is good. Now we'll go back to our class and create a gallery by creating an image carousel. Now what an image carousel is, it is a bunch of images that you can swipe or scroll through. A carousel cannot be one. It cannot just be one image. If it is one, then it's not a carousel. You're just adding a single image. It has to be more than one. So now there is a space for you to create an image carousel, and that is right here. Let me show you how it's done. Go back to our website, and since I want to create a gallery, I have a page called gallery, so I'll be going there to create my carousel. So once you can always toggle again and look for what you want. Now this is our image carousel right here. You just click on it and it shows you a plus. What this means is that you have the right to add any image, and once you click on the plus, it shows you upload image. Then again, I am adding images. So like it says here, can you read this? Carousel must have at least 2 images. I've already added one, and I'll be adding another. This. I'll also add another one. Open, and then you click on insert. Your carousel is ready. Now this is what it looks like. When we preview it, you will see what it does actually. Now this dot here is hiding the next image. This one, the third one, it's hiding it until you preview and swipe through it, or after you publish. That's when you'll see the function of this particular carousel. So now the next thing, we're going back to our slide. The next thing we'll be talking about is how to add a footer. In our last class, I taught you what a footer is and why we need a footer in our website. Now I will show you how you add a footer here and Google Sites. We're going back. So you scroll down to the bottom. I didn't say the sidebar. The content page, you scroll down and then take your cursor down. Did you see what happened? You scroll down and you see what pops up, which is add footer. I'm off, out. So when you are off the bottom of the page, most of the time it goes off, but when you scroll down, you will see it pop up. Now we'll click on it, and this shows, this is where you write the footer text. So I'll be writing this, made by me. and the year. Now this is just for fun. Then all rights reserved. See this? I like it. So this is it. This is my footer. All rights reserved. So okay, now we'll highlight it and move it to the center because that's where I want it to be. Go to the align, click on the drop down, and you see this. So now it says here. So I like my website this way. I want you to make something better because this is just for this class, for the tutorial. So I want you to make it prettier than mine. So back to the class. The next thing I want you to know is mobile preview. So the mobile preview helps you see the website you designed in different screens. Now, I taught you in the last class, I taught you what a responsive website looks like. How you know that a website is good is how it looks on different screens. Okay, when you create a website, it should be that when you check it on your mobile phone, it looks nice. When you check it on your tablet, it looks nice. When you check it on your laptop, which is a bigger screen, it still looks good. So for Google Sites, this is how you preview your work to know if it is responsive. Now we'll go back to our site and click on the preview. Like I said, it's up here. Now this is the preview. You can see my cursor. So this is the preview and you click on it. Now this is how it looks like on a desktop. This is how it looks like on a tablet. And this is how it looks like on your mobile phone. Everything should still look really nice. Now you can cancel here. So that will go back to the editing area. And we'll go back to our slide and see what we have to do next. The next thing is to preview your site. So go to the site you've built and check everything. Make sure you don't have any wrong spelling. Make sure you've linked everything properly. And make sure you check all your pages, that everything is okay, because the next thing you'll be doing is to publish your website. Now let's see how it's being done. We'll go back to our website and same top, you see where it says publish, the button that says publish, and you'll click on it. Because when you do, it shows you where you will write a web address. Now this is the part where you choose the name you want your website to bear. But while doing this, it will tell you if the name already exists, because you cannot have two names for a website. Now I will go with, now as I write Bonnie, it tells me that it is already taken, so I still have to do what I can. And now this one is still taken, and this one, it says it's okay. Now I can publish. I have published my site. Now for you to get the link, for you to be able to share it with everybody, first of all, for you to see your site online, because what you did right now is you have pushed it online. Anybody can search for it and see it. That's wonderful. So now you click on this drop down button here and scroll to the view published site. Click on it. It takes you to the page where you view everything you did. Now it's looking like a real website. That's wonderful. You have created your first website. So now we'll go back. I want you to know that you can always edit it. If you're not okay with something, you want to add more things, you can always do that. And after doing that, you republish. You publish it all over again and it will go through. So for you to share your link with family and friends, this is what you will do. Same top bar, you click on the link here which says copy published site link. You click on it and this pops up. You can copy this link here and send it to whomever you want to send it to, or you can click on this icon here and send it to whomever. So yes, we have created our first website. Now your homework is this. You will have to add one more page to your website and you should include at least one image. Then you write a paragraph about whatever thing you love. You add it there to the new page you'll be creating. I hope your website is pretty. I hope your website is nice, because our next class we will be writing code. So your Visual Studio Code should be installed by then. See you. Bye.